Hey, it's Steven with Woods Boys Outdoors, and I just wanted to come and talk to you about gear that you can buy for your rifle. One of the things that I've been considering purchasing is a cosine indicator for my rifle. So what that is it is something that mounts on the side of your scope or the body of your rifle and just tells you the angle that your rifle's pointing at. The benefit to this is when you're shooting, you can adjust your distance based on the angle. So basically what it gives you is it gives you a coefficient which you multiply your distance by, and you'll come out with a lesser distance saying that's how you should actually be shooting. To demonstrate this, I just drew this little drawing here, and what it shows is if I'm shooting from up here at a target at a lower elevation, the distance might be 300 yards to the target, but it's only experiencing gravity for a lesser amount. So by multiplying this distance by the coefficient, I'm going to end up getting a number that tells me what I should actually be shooting this target as. Now, the question that I've had is it worthwhile to purchase a cosine indicator? So to figure this out, I wanted to pull some ballistics for my rifle and just see how big of a difference it makes if I know the elevation difference or if I just shoot it as if I didn't. This is a printout of my rifle's ballistics. I just got this offline. There are tons of websites that will do this. But for my rifle, I'm shooting a 308 150 grain head. I'm actually shooting these Winchester Deer Hunter XP, and so far they've done the job and I really like them. The coefficients are already known, and so I can just write them here. For a 10-degree slope, it's going to be 0.98. For 20-degree, it's going to be 0.94, and for a 30-degree, it's going to be 0.86. So let's take this 300-yard shot here where my bullet is dropping 13.4 inches and say that we're actually on a 30-degree slope. So what we would do is take that 300 and multiply it by 0.86. So if I was to shoot 300 yards at a 30-degree angle, I would need to shoot it as if it was actually 258, which is right here. So the difference between 258, where my drop is around 7 inches, and 300, where it's 13.4, I could say is around 6 inches. So basically, if I was shooting 300 yards and I had no idea about the difference in angle, I could simply aim low on the animal and be guaranteed to have a solid hit, because 6 inches of difference to me isn't enough to make a huge difference in the kill shot. Let's move this same idea up to 500 yards real quick. At 500 yards, if I multiply 500 by 0.86, I end up with 430. 430 is somewhere in here. So the difference between the drop at 430 and the drop at 500, we'll subtract the 500 from the 425, which gives me about 20 inches. So you see that when we move up in distance, suddenly the angle has a much larger effect on the shot as a whole. If I'm shooting at 500 yards and I don't adjust my range for the angle, I could miss over that animal by 20 inches. And that's a pretty drastic miss, significantly more than if I'm shooting at 300 yards. So basically, it all depends on how you're going to be using your rifle. If you're using it for hunting and you have no intentions of ever taking a shot over 300 yards, then the angle honestly isn't going to have a huge impact on your shot. On the other hand, if you're going to be shooting out to distances around 500 or more, it's going to have an incredible impact on your shot. And so I would definitely encourage you to buy something like a coefficient indicator to make sure that you calculate that angle before taking your shot. So in all, I hope this has helped you in making the decision to purchase something like a cosine indicator. I'm still figuring this out for myself, but I appreciate you tuning in and look forward to seeing you next time.